My name is Helen Owens. We would love to see justice for Lynn Tilton, and I'd like to explain to you why we are behind Lynn. And Lynn, I love you. I love you with all my heart.
Thank you. My dad and my parents were first-generation Americans, and they instilled in us an incredible work ethic, but also to give back. And we were always taught that what would define us not was what we brought to ourselves, but how we touched the lives of others. And my dad died when I was a sophomore at Yale, and I really learned the fear that comes to a family when you lose that main working parent. And so I got married the next year when I was 20, had a child at 22, and then was a single mother by the time I was 23. So my early years were just about survival being the noblest of my causes. But when I had a calling to start a business that would be more about others than about me, I wanted to name it for my father, and that's why it's Patriarch Partners, in the name of the Father, because I knew that I was finally doing something that would honor his legacy. Now, did I think that I'd become the largest female-owned business in America at the time? No, or the irony of that business being called Patriarch Partners. But it really is to honor his legacy every day by having a business that is about bringing light to and touching the lives of others. And so it is in his name that I really struggle to give people the dignity of work, having known what losing a working parent, either to death or to joblessness, does to the family structure and the fear and the darkness that it instills. And so my mission and almost a maniacal work ethic has really been to saving companies that others would leave for dead, and to saving those jobs of the people employed there. First of all, I thank everyone for this support, but I too am shocked that people believe headlines and accusations without a battle. And what people don't understand is that most people just write a check and settle with the SEC. They come after almost every successful business person, fund, bank. It's rare that anyone in a big seat has not had government agencies constantly at their doorstep. And I too could have silently surrendered, but my reputation is everything to me. And I can stand from the hilltops and sing the song of intent and integrity. My performance, like everyone, is imperfect, and that doesn't mean I'm comfortable with that, because I constantly strive for perfection. But my integrity and my intent is perfect, because I do answer to a higher power. And I wouldn't let myself be impugned by accusations. And I knew that the headlines would scare people and hurt my companies and my people, and that was the hardest thing for me. But I felt that this was my battle for truth, that this was part of my destiny. And I'm really surprised that people think that the government somehow is perfect in what they do and have not allowed sort of the game to play out. What most people don't understand is the SEC investigated me and every part of my business for over 6 years. And eventually they brought a suit that's a contract battle. They basically say that when my companies failed to pay full interest, I should have defaulted them and liquidated them and put all my people out of work. And we are arguing over what a contract says. Now, they can call it fraud, and they can say that if I were out of business, I would never have collected any fees to pay my people. This is not about doing something, untoward or taking advantage of people. This is about keeping my companies alive And so I'm deeply offended, by the accusations, but everyone's entitled to what they feel. But what they're not entitled to do is try to bring this battle into their own private court, where they are judge, jury, prosecutor, and where you don't have due process. And so my fight has been for due process, for a fair forum, and for a fight for truth, for my people, for their families. And I just want people to understand that it takes incredible courage to fight when you know that people will turn on you, and you know that the headlines will be in 1,100 newspapers. But I feel so comfortable in who I am and what I've done that I'm willing to fight in that darkness until the light shines bright. But what I have been happily comforted with and surprised at is how many people who did not know me know that something's wrong here, that it feels wrong, that it smells wrong. And they've come out to say, why, with all the people that you could go after, you're going after a woman who has saved 243 companies from liquidation and 700,000 jobs from being extinguished? And that's a good question. But all I'm asking is for my moment in a fair forum to tell the truth and for people to know what I'm about. And maybe I've made a mistake by not being out there and not letting people know what I've done and who I am and what I fight for. But for the last 15 years, I've worked 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, in the name of dignity, in the name of jobs, in the name of others. And maybe that has been my shortcoming. But there is no fear of speaking to this because there's nothing to hide. And all I'm waiting for is that moment where the truth is unveiled and revealed. And I thank everyone for coming out to play today because it means a lot to me. Some have said that I'm looking to escape the battle, and that's just not true. I mean, I prefer not to be in the battle, but all I'm looking for is to battle for truth. Everything I've ever done has been fully disclosed to my note holders, those I've borrowed money from. There's nothing that's been hidden, and yes, I've been dedicated to bringing back to life companies that others abandoned, and that's a long and winding path. It doesn't always work out, but there have been so many companies that have been strengthened and enlightened and will live on for a very long time because of what we do. And there are so many people and families who will be better for what we do. And in the end, no one will be able to take that legacy from me and from the people who have served by my side in self-sacrifice to be able to strengthen the lives of others. And so I hope that my legacy will be the jobs I've saved, the light I've shed on the darkness, and this battle for justice that may not only bring it for me, but for those who will follow me so that they too can have a fair fight and don't have to fear the battle for truth. And my hope is that the conversations will allow people to step back and know that you're not supposed to pass judgment from headlines. You're not supposed to latch on to the darkness just because it's put in front of you, but you're supposed to give people the benefit of the doubt and allow them their fight. I cannot tell you how indelibly touched I am by your support. Everybody has a lot of things they could have done today other than come out to support me. And once we lose our appreciation, we sort of lose our love for life. And know that I am indelibly appreciative, and I look forward to proving you right that you believed in this woman. So everyone, thank you. And the beauty to this has been all those people who I didn't know who have come out to support me, and that in large part has been the wind beneath my wings. So I thank you.